The NFL Divisional Round has just wrapped up, shawties. We got some better games this time around, and love to see that the NFL scriptwriters hate us after all. Let's get into the Divisional Round, starting with heartbreaker right here, man. I've glazed my Texans enough this season, so to keep it brief, I absolutely love this season and consider it a huge W. We were the last team people expected to be in the divisional round, and all I can say is the future is bright for us. The future is bright for us, which is something I have not been able to say for years. Pookie Bears saved this franchise in just a matter of months. I can finally walk around with the Texans jersey and not get flamed for it. But what can I say? The Ravens did not come the fuck around. Lamar looked locked in the entire way. This game was incredibly important for his career. All the poor playoff performances beforehand, for now he steered away from the narratives and had a really good playoff game, which I'm happy for him for. It looked a little rocky there in the beginning, not gonna lie, and for a second it looked like the Texans might have actually had the opportunity to pull off the unthinkable. I was shivering my timbers, guys. I was in my dorm watching, and I know the fan back in Houston was watching too. You know that surreal feeling when your team is good again? Like, damn bro, like did I miss that feeling? But right after halftime, Ravens decided to sit up in their chair a little bit and yeah, completely dominate the second half. The O-line of the Texans couldn't block a damn cone, and Lamar and the run game of the Ravens were just torching Houston in every single way. You could sense the fatigue in the Texans. They were getting gassed on all fronts, and once Stingley got mossed, yeah, there was no turning back. Lamar and the Ravens needed this win, but you know what? They're not finished yet. They want that chip. Lamar wants that chip. He's not getting any younger, and winning the bowl game would shut a lot of his critics up. The Texans were merely the appetizer meal. We never even stood a chance. They have high aspirations. Lamar, I'm rooting for you, dog. Prove them haters wrong. You are not a glorified running back playing QB. Let them know that you're him. We got to close game here, ladies and gents. I gotta say, I was not familiar with Jordan Love's game, dog. He started off with the same momentum he had from the Cowboys game, and things started looking pretty suspect for the 49ers throughout the beginning of the game. Uh-oh, Purdy. Don't do that now. The Purdy haters responding out of their mama's garage basement onto the socials, feasting on all this content. Purdy is not built for this, guys. However, Packers started stalling out, and the mistakes began to stack up on each other. Love would throw a bad pick. Carlson wants to sell the game too, so he misses his kick. Brock Purdy and TMC take this opportunity to lead a last-minute touchdown drive. 1 minute left, Jordan. This is your chance. Show America who Jordan Love is.
Pressure up the middle. Runs away, throws across his body, and that is picked.
Well, guess it was too good to be true. The Super Bowl color theory becoming more and more true as we speak. Anyway, the 49ers continue their role of NFC Championship appearances, but will they finally be able to punch their ticket into the Super Bowl again? Purdy haters went crawling back into hiding for now, but all it takes is one mistake from this dude and the game manager allegations start raining on him. He starts catching strays everywhere, guys. It's low-key crazy. Purdy's a system QB. Say what y'all want, but Purdy has got that dog in him, bro. It takes talent to play with talented people. If he was doo-doo, then it would definitely show on the field. Some of his throws aren't the greatest, but I mean, he showed up when it mattered and won the game. Swear, man, Lamar and Purdy haters gotta be the worst kind. Like, don't y'all got something else to do? Anyway, my friend is a Green Bay fan, and needless to say, he wasn't too happy. But come on now, did we really think the Packers would make it this far? I swore this was a rebuild year for them, especially when they got off that poor start in the season. Jordan Love is showing massive strides, and all I can say is the Jordan Love versus CJ Stroud Super Bowl would feed families. Not bad for a rebuild year, Packers. We back at Detroit, shawties, and we got ourselves a good one. Started off pretty sloppy though, not gonna lie. I know Collinsworth was punching the air for not being able to call the Chiefs-Bills game and seeing his cutie patootie Mahomie in action. It just felt like the Buccaneers were against the Buccaneers for the first part of the game. Lions were just kind of sitting there watching the Bucs leave defenders unblocked to have some Baker Mayfield for lunch. Like, who the fuck is scheming the blocking and thought it was a good idea to leave Aiden Hutchinson unblocked? Like, come on guys, you are not cooking. No, the second half is when the real game began. Touchdowns being exchanged by both teams. Mayfield lobbing it up to Mike Evans. Goff and Gibbs absolutely smoking the Bucs defense. Things are neck and neck entering the fourth quarter, and all of Detroit is holding its breath. Baker, this is your time. No, Baker. Can't make mistakes like that against the Lions defense for real. Well, Bucs, you tried. Everyone thought all the teams in the NFC South were garbo, but hey, y'all turned out to be just a little less garbo. But for real, the Bucs put up a good fight, and wow, what a world we live in. The Lions are advancing to the NFC Championship round. Jared Goff trying to break the game manager allegations as well. I wish you well, Jared. All of Detroit is depending on you. Well, this ought to be a classic. Mahomes versus Allen might actually be the next Brady versus Manning shawties, and I don't mean that on glazing shit, like I'm being for real. I still remember watching the Bills versus Chiefs divisional back in 2022 when my arm was broken. I was depressed for real, but then I saw this game and damn bro, like my booty left the seat quite a number of times, I would say. Even my cousin, who didn't watch football, was pretty invested, so I gotta say, this is a pretty good matchup. Okay, but for real, they did not need to make an entire dramatic segment on it before the game though. And of course, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are calling this game.
That looked a little Mahomey.
Telling you man, Collinsworth was crying in the corner watching this game from his couch. Anyway, this rivalry is pretty good, both getting the upper hand equally. However, it's the playoffs that Mahomes just owns Allen in. Mahomey was 2-0 against him in the playoffs, and unfortunately, thanks to Tyler Bass wanting to sell, he's now 3-0. Damn man, somebody stop this guy. Jim and Tony were out here having a meat fest with Mahomes, you know, the usual. No, but seriously, this was a pretty good game. Definitely the best one by far these playoffs. Both QBs throwing punches at each other. Swear man, these two just bring out the best in each other. Both have had pretty down moments this season, but all of that was merely forgotten once kickoff commenced. Both teams making critical errors as well though. It's just unfortunate that the Bills had one more error, and that was the missed kick. Tyler Bass, if I were you, I'd be careful walking around Buffalo, dog. It's nowhere near all his fault though. Bills Mafia, how do y'all feel about Sean McDermott? I mean, come on. Faking a punt on 4th and 5 on your own 30? What? I kid you not, this looked like the exact same shit Bill O'Brien ran on this team 4 years ago, only mirrored. The similarities are unbelievable, but this really brought back some PTSD, I'm not gonna lie. This is the type of shit that gets coaches fired. If it weren't for that fumble in the end zone by KC, this game would have been over much earlier. But no, blame it on Bass. He missed the kick, so he needs to leave. Then next year for sure, guys. We'll get him next year. Next year's our year. Like, are you not tired, Bills Mafia? It's been the same shit for the past 4 years. Oh, next year's our year. Are the Bills just the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC? Uh-oh, Bills. I sense a narrative falling on y'all. What could be your next move, I wonder? Anyways, Mahomes makes it to his 6th straight conference championship game, and damn it, fire these script writers this season because we just cannot have nice things, can we? Mahomes is a dog, what can I say? Only good thing is that the Eagles and Cowboys were eliminated immediately, so I guess I'll give the script writers that. Other than that, only the Ravens can save us from a Swiftie Super Bowl. Ain't nothing like January football, shawties, and we shall see what teams represent both conferences next week. The anticipation is making me twirl my hair for real. Who shall be the last team standing?
Everything was covered, it really was, and he has to get around the hand. He wanted to throw, that looked a little Mahomey on that one too, and this was all on the quarterback. These two quarterbacks had the